Hey y'all, it's Stephie and welcome back to another car chat. So if you followed me over on Instagram, then you know I actually filmed this a few days ago, but I had my camera setting on time-lapse. So my spiel was all time-lapsed. So anyways, I'm gonna start fresh today. Anywho, so Angelyne from Singapore, she is currently in the process of interviewing for accounting jobs. Angelyne asked, how would I answer when someone says, tell me about yourself during an interview? Let me just give y'all a little disclaimer. Obviously, I am not a professional career coach or anything, but I have had my fair share of job changes and I have gone on many interviews. So this is just my personal way of providing an answer to tell me about yourself. So in the meantime, let me scooch over to this side of the road. So you don't want to go and basically rattle off exactly what is stated on your resume. Typically, an interviewer has already read through your resume, kind of has a general idea of what you've done at those particular jobs. So what they want to hear is how those duties will translate to the job that you're applying for currently. For example, if you know my story, I started in the Big Four, I went into industry for a year, I then went to a mid-tier accounting firm, and then now I work in industry again as an internal audit manager for a global company. So, for example, when I was interviewing for this job, obviously I listed out the previous jobs that I had, kind of tailoring it, and typically whenever, if you work with a recruiter, they'll want you to tailor your resume for that particular job so that you're really highlighting job duties that would be aligned with what you're trying to apply for. I would give them the spiel, and kind of you have to put your spiel together and practice it as often as you can with a friend or family, or record yourself on your phone. Just practice it enough so that it feels natural when you're saying it, and so you're not kind of grasping for straws while you're there at that interview. So for me, I would say I went to this college working part-time as an accountant at X place, and I was taking a full load of classes. While doing that, I joined Beta Alpha Psi, and I was the director of PR for a certain number of times. I learned how to juggle multiple priorities and how to balance, doing well in school while also doing well with, outside activities as well. I then moved into a Big Four accounting firm where I was on public and private companies performing substantive audits and internal controls audits. It was there where I was on an audit engagement that was really difficult, but that experience allowed me to get really involved in internal controls over financial reporting. I really was able to see how a process functions from start to finish and identify the controls there. And that really was interesting to me. I enjoyed learning about how the business in general works and how all of it ties into the financial statements. I feel like it gave me a really good understanding, and that's where my interest in controls and process improvements really started. And then so on and so forth, kind of giving a high level of what you did, but really, really, really highlighting areas that you think would fit well for the job you're applying for. And you should have seen a job description, so try to really prepare before an interview. I've gone to interviews and I've kind of tried to shoot from the hip, and you know what, it's always better to be a little prepared as much as you can. You don't want to go in and be like, I don't know anything about your company. I don't know what you want from me from this job. Be prepared, because that really will show people your work ethic and that you take the job seriously, because that's huge. They'll probably want to know more about you from a personality perspective, not too deep, but kind of very surface level. Tell me about your hobbies, or tell me what you like to do in your free time. So kind of have ideas of things to share and keep them professional. Obviously, spending time with your friends, you can say that. You don't have to go into the nitty-gritty of, my friends and I like to go out to the club, we like to you know, get all dolled up and etc. etc. My friends and I like to play beer pong, we like to play flip cup or whatever it is. You know, obviously keep professional. Have some of your hobbies kind of ready to share, because a lot of the time those questions are more of like a personality assessment. Do you have good communication skills? What kind of like team player would you be? Like if you were working with that person, how would that interaction go? And that's kind of an easy way to see that, to see if you're like a culture fit. And that doesn't mean that your personality has to be the exact same as who you're working with. Like it's nice to have diversity and to have, you know, obviously to have people who are unique, but at the same time, like they'll want to see, can you carry on a conversation? So that's how I would personally answer, tell me about yourself. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts as well, so leave them in the comments below. I'm wishing you all the best in your job search, and please keep me updated. I would love to hear your progress. That's how I would answer that question, but I have other videos that go more in depth on like the interviewing process and what you can do to prepare, so be sure to check those out if you are interested. Be sure to leave any other car chat topics in the comments below. I'd be happy to start doing them some more, especially during this season, because we got some cloudy days, so that's kind of nice. Summertime is a little harder because it's so bright and in your face. So anyways, that's going to conclude today's car chat. If y'all enjoyed it and you want me to do more car chats in the future, then please give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to be a part of our subby fam, because we would love to have you. Enjoy your journey, and I'll talk to y'all in my next video.